Now, I'm not going to say that Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell are necessarily in Eyes Wide Shut, but I can't say that they're not in Eyes Wide Shut either. Why, there's some figures that resemble them so closely, and they come and they go, and it seems that Kubrick kind of wants us to look at these figures. Now, at Ziegler's party, at the dance, the waltz, the I'm in the mood for love barroom scene, there's lots of couples dancing and switching partners and, dancing this way and dancing that way and switching partners again. But there's one couple, this man here with the silver hair, the big silver hair and the big head, and his woman there, that are rather curious. And as Alice passes through this threshold and goes to meet Sandor, and as Bill goes off to meet with Nick Nightingale, we notice something very peculiar here. The man who was at once dancing with a woman in a burgundy-colored shawl and shoulder-length brunette hair is then seen with a totally different woman as he passes through the threshold, and Alice cocks her head interestingly. Now, she did take a drink of the champagne, but it's almost as if Kubrick kind of wants us to look over there, to kind of notice this couple and notice how the woman has changed suddenly. She's morphed, she's transformed from one woman, from one face, to an entirely different woman, entirely different face and outfit. And I can't help but notice that once they pass through the threshold, they low-key resemble Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. Now, these are actors. You have to cast people to fit some kind of role, to look some kind of way. They might be extras. I doubt it. They seem very strategically placed. The big head, the big silver head, the very distinct cranial structure, the mandible, the nose, the eyes, the eyebrows, and then her, the nose, the jawline, the haircut, the outfit, the vibe, the tone, the transforming woman. Now, again, many partners at the dance here are switching partners. This is some type of swingers situation where, the construct of marriage is being mocked, lampooned. But what is hidden in plain sight? Robert Maxwell died in 1991, and this is supposedly the year that Ghislaine Maxwell met Jeffrey Epstein. Stanley Kubrick started filming in 1996. Stanley Kubrick lived 90 minutes away from the Maxwell mansion. It only makes sense that he knew who Jeffrey Epstein was. He definitely knew who Ghislaine Maxwell was, what they were all up to, including symbols and signs of it in his films. Ask yourself, and look at the film. Is Jeffrey Epstein in Eyes Wide Shut? Is Ghislaine Maxwell in Eyes Wide Shut? Why? I suggest yes, they are.